Hello and welcome back to Mary Makes Studio. My name's Mary. I am here today to show you a custom ordered journal. This one is made for a woman named Dawn, and I was told that she just really loves a mix of vintage and new. So I went with a garden theme because that's my favorite. I used a tea bag to put these printables on, and the little tag from the tea bag is what I used. I also have charms with garden shears, a little trowel, and a tiny little watering can. This is new fabric, but this is an antique doily that was actually created by one of my relatives way back in the late 1800s. And since it was just it's sitting in a drawer not being used, I coffee dyed it to help give it some more of the vintage character or antique character. But I just decided that it needed a purpose in life, and it makes a perfect journal decoration plus a closure. I sewed a button on one end of it, and you just slide it in, and it makes a perfect closure. So let's get into the journal and see what all's in here. Like I said, this is a mix of old and new, and there's a lot of printables that are used in this. I have here a journaling card, which just means that it's something pretty to look at on one side, and on the other side you've got space to write. You could trim a little photo down, use it as a bookmark, anything you want to do. This one is a tag, and it's got space on the back to write on as well. And this one reminds me of what it would be like to just have a perfect day. On the back of it is coffee dyed paper. It is not new paper. I'm sorry, it is new paper, but it has been coffee dyed to look old. And then this actually is a little pocket as well. Sorry, I went out of focus for a moment. But this is another journaling card. I wanted to give her lots of places to store little bits and things that mean something to her so that she can really make this journal hers. This is our first page, and lots of space for writing, putting pictures, drawing, whatever she wants to do. I did include some tabs in this book. Another beautiful illustration. This is one of my favorite tags. It was the first time that I had used charms on a tag. And you have a hummingbird and a birdhouse to go with your bird-themed tag. The back of it has striped paper. You can easily write on this with black ink, or you can use it to put a picture on. This one is a mix of old and new. It's a new printable on an antique button card. And you can see here where the buttons were actually stored on the card, and there's still the holes going through the paper. Then we've got, let me zoom you out just a little bit. You're a little bit closer than I thought you would be. That was the wrong way. Let's try this again. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, this is a tag I made using actual pressed flowers. So it'd be a little bit gentle with this. And I just love the sentiment fulfilled. And the little girl is so cute. And you could tuck anything back there that you want to. This one I attached down. More writing space. Another beautiful illustration. These illustrations just really spoke to my soul, and I hope that they speak to Dawn's as well. Beautiful papers that have lots of room for writing, drawing, pictures, whatever she wants to put on them. And that was the end of the first signature. This one starts the second signature. And here we have a shaped paper clip. And I used it to attach a vintage, I'm sorry, this is not vintage, and I haven't even attached this together. I will have that attached, Dawn, I promise. It's an envelope, but it's made to look like a seed packet. And then another little card with a beautiful little girl. I'm going to set this to the side so I don't forget to glue that envelope back together. Then we've got more papers. I left this one largely undecorated because I didn't know what kind of things Dawn would want to use it for. This is a removable altered paper clip, and it's just 2 images, and you sandwich a paper clip in between, and then you line it with coffee dyed paper or any other kind of paper so that it protects your papers. So that when you slide it on, you don't run the risk of the metal paper clip tearing your page or doing damage to it by getting rusted or something like that, because it's safely enclosed in paper so that whatever you're putting it on stays safe. And this can be used anywhere in the journal or in a book, anything she wants to do with it. This one is a fun insert that I like to put in journals when I have a chance. You take the string out and you open it up, and it's got room for little odds and ends. And in this one, I stuck little bits and pieces from this printable collection so that she can decorate pages if she wants to. Every one of these little pockets has at least one piece of a little something in it. This one has a couple of tag shapes. Not tag, ticket shapes. Actually, it has several. Okay. But yeah, it's a neat little way to give people something different to look at and to play with. There's a little bee house. Just all kinds of things for her to find and enjoy. And another tag. This one you can write on in black ink or put a picture on. This is like an old desk drawer that you might find in someone's potting shed with little packets of things in it. And it's attached to the page. It does not come off. Lots more journaling space. Here is a dangle made from an old slide like we used to have. Before we had digital cameras, we actually had to take pictures with a camera. And if we had slide projectors, and you could view your pictures in big form on a wall, because all it took was a little bit of a negative. So I take the slides apart, take the negatives out, and put new things in. And in this case, I put a couple of those ticket shapes and closed it back up. I've got more. This is probably my favorite page in the entire journal. I just absolutely adore that. Another pocket. And she can put anything in these pockets that she wants. These are all going to be journaling cards so that she can write on the backs of them and tuck away little memories. This one is a little flower bin, and I made it into a pocket to hold 3 little bitty tags. You can use those for anything you want. Just have them to look at and be pretty. And they slip right back into this little pocket. This side is another tag. This one is shaped. And this is a journaling card made from a masterboard that I created, which is where you take odds and ends of papers and laces and stickers and stamps and all kinds of things. And you just layer them down, you flip it over on the back, and you cut it out so you don't know what part of the masterboard you're going to get. And it makes a great journaling card on the back. I did attach a little rub on there. This is a belly band, and this right here is your little stopper so that the paper won't go flying out to the bottom. This is an envelope, and in it I have stuck some larger pieces of ephemera that she can put on pages. We have a watering can with flowers, little seedlings, a lot of butterflies. Everything I make has at least one butterfly in it because I love butterflies. To me, they're grace and beauty. A little gardening hat with some daffodils, and a planter with, I'm thinking that those are Scabiosa, but I could be wrong. But anyway, they are blank on the back side, so you can glue them down, or you can write on the backs of them and just tuck them into a pocket somewhere. You don't even have to use them in this journal. You can take them out and put them in letters to your friends or something, just to have something pretty to look at. This is a sweet page also, and I love the little squirrel that's tucked in the corner down here. Here we have another tag. And this one is a little pocket, as you can see. And I stuck in a couple of little pieces of paper just to have some decoration for it. And then it tucks right back in there. Let's see. I wanted to go through this so that if there's anything that might need explaining, I could explain it better than trying to write it all down. This is a vintage recipe card. I don't know exactly how old, but you can see that it has been well loved. The staining is all natural on this. Very old vintage card because it's got a coating on it that index cards do not have these days. And I made this pot into a pocket. This is a fabric trim it's just a remnant of fabric from the 80s, I believe is what the lady told me. And she just gathers it up to make a pretty page ruffle. And I sewed it down. Another little tab. This is another removable paper clip. This one is a side orientation. And I used it to hold this envelope in place, which again needs to be glued together. I don't know how I missed doing that, but those will be taken care of by the time you get this done. This is a shaped paper clip that's shaped like a flower, and the sweet little girl with space to write on the back. More pages that you can do whatever you want to with. I love this page also. The woman who illustrated these printables actually has a Shih Tzu who looks exactly like this. And so she puts a picture of her little dog in everything that she makes. More beautiful paper. Here we have another pocket with one of those little bitty tags, a small journaling card, a tag, and another one of these little pockets. And this one, what did I stick in this one? I stuck in 2 journaling cards. It's been over a month since I finished this journal, but I'm just now having time to sit down and actually film the flip through of it. So I may have forgotten some of the things, so I will be as surprised as Dawn is when I see them in this video. This is new lace. It is not vintage. I hope Dawn gets the sarcasm behind this because to me it's hilarious. My mother does not think so, but I do. I like plants more than people. I would love to have a bicycle like that and just ride around in the countryside and pick flowers and things like that. Another beautiful printable page. This one is kind of fun. I don't remember exactly how I attached this. Okay, now I know. This is a magnet that holds this closed. And I put this thing in here. Don't put the photo on here. There's room here for a 3x4 photo. If you want to put one in here, you can flip it over, put another 3x4 photo, 3x4 photo, and then the back page is decorative. And then this is an actual pocket that you can stick things back in there. So you could take one of those journaling cards and write a label for each of these pictures. The magnets are housed here and here so that it keeps everything nice and closed. Another wonderful picture of what I would like my life to look like in about 10-15 years. This is another tuck, and it's just got a little journaling card that seemed perfect right there. And then we have the very back. This is another one of these tuck pockets. This one is a printable. This one is a recipe card from Current Company, I believe. And it was from the 80s. Another tag. And another tag. And then last but not least, you have yet another card. So Dawn, I hope that you love this album. I hope you know how much Tina loves you, that she would have this commission to make just for you. This was not pre-made. Every bit of this was made specifically for you, Dawn. And I hope that you have a blessed Christmas and a wonderful year and years to come. Thanks for stopping by. Have a blessed day.